In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. There is a beautiful article indeed, written by Jelena Dencic, and maybe she is a French German, and I maybe am unable to pronounce her name properly. Seek forgiveness from her if there is anything like that. And she has written a beautiful article. She is a research psychologist and has written a beautiful article. And the caption of the article is 10 signs you are a happy person who finds joy in everyday life. It's a beautiful article indeed, and look upon the caption of it. 10 signs you are a happy person who finds joy in everyday life. If at all, there are 10 signs. Now we can create some of the signs if at all they are already not there in us. If at all I am missing certain thing, you are missing certain thing, certain other thing, we can work hard to create those things in ourselves. Very important indeed. First of all, she says, you laugh every day. We must laugh, learn to laugh. That's important actually. That's very important. But not at the miseries of other person. Not at the misery of another person. Not to hurt other person. We do need to laugh, but not laughing upon which can hurt other people, rather in such a manner that other people will also feel joy, or at least they don't get hurt. We need to laugh every day. That is the first sign of a happy person who finds joy in everyday life. And the second is, you appreciate the little things. Appreciating the little thing. Many of the people, most of the people, they are of the view that I cannot become a happy person at all. I cannot become a happy person at all unless and until I achieve something important or something very important. That concept is absolutely wrong. We need to enjoy the little things. As for the big or the major things are concerned, those happen rarely and not frequently at all. This actually means that we will remain unhappy for most of the time. We do need to remain happy, and to become a happy person, we need to appreciate the little things, because the good things does happen frequently, and we will become happy person so often, so frequently as well. That was the second sign of a happy person. And the third sign is, you love your family and friends. That's very important, very important, very important. Each one of that is very important indeed. We need to love our family and friends. Many of the people are seen complaining about their family and their friend, criticizing them. I think that's absolutely a wrong and a negative attitude. We need to love them. We need to start thinking differently about them. And once we start thinking differently, what will happen? Our attitude will change. Once my attitude towards my family and friends change, your attitude towards your family and friends will change. They too will come to realize this positive change, and they will start behaving as well, and we will have no excuse that they people are not good and that I don't love my family, I don't love my friend. That will be absolutely wrong. We need to love our family and we need to love our friends. That was the number three sign of a happy person. Number four sign of a happy person, you practice gratitude. Practicing gratitude, it's very, very important indeed, because we people are seen complaining, we people are seen criticizing, we people are seen abusing others. And if at all this be the case, how come shall we be able to practice the gratitude? Practicing the gratitude is very, very important, and practicing gratitude, to be true, it can change our life up to great extent. Why? Because practicing gratitude towards whom? Towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, towards our luck, towards our parents and family, towards our friends, towards our neighbors, towards our colleagues. And if at all we are having a gratitude, an attitude of gratitude toward all those people, they will like it, they will love it, and they will respond accordingly. They too will become, they too will develop the attitude of the gratitude toward us, and it will it will create a kind of win-win situation. The fourth one was, you practice gratitude. And the fifth is, you make an effort to stay positive. making an effort to stay positive. That's really important, because I think that all the efforts are good, but this effort is more important than any other effort at all. Staying positive, the effort to stay positive, nothing is as important, nothing is as useful as this one. Because if at all we are working hard, we are working smart to become a positive person, I think it will change our life, rather it will revolutionize our life. And we need to take, we you make an effort to stay positive. That was number 5. Number 6 sign is you take time to relax and unwind. That's important. Working, that's fine, but after that we have every right to enjoy positively and constructively, which does not hurt our health or which does not damage us in any other way. We need to relax, and we need to take rest, and we need to unwind, and that's all. That's very important, and that is the number 6. Number 7 is you don't take yourself too seriously. Some of the people are seen taking themselves too seriously. They set very high goals, very tough goals, which are somewhat unachievable, and they are seen criticizing themselves quite often, and that is not a positive activity at all. With an attitude like this one, they can never become a happy person at all. And if at all we do have to become a happy person, we don't have to take ourselves too seriously. And then the number 8 is you make time for your hobbies. Hobbies are important because hobbies gives us a very great sort of player satisfaction. That's very important, and very important indeed. You make time for your hobbies. That's very important indeed, and that was number 8. Number 9 was you don't compare yourself to others. You don't compare yourself to others at all. Rather, every person is a unique one, every person is a very important one, and everyone else should not be comparing oneself with other people, because that is a shortcut to unhappiness. And person like that one never becomes a happy person, because all sort of comparisons are toxic. And if at all we do have to compare ourselves with other people, then a way was told to us, instructed to us by Prophet of Allah, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Although we are not going to talk about in detail here, but one thing is there: you don't compare yourself to others. That was the number sign number 9, that you are a happy person who enjoys the everyday life. And the number 10, you love your job. That's also important, because there are people, most of the people, who don't love their job. And the trouble with them is that once they don't love their job, they cannot work effectively. And on the one hand, they are seeking boredom, and they are not appreciated by their company, by their employer, and they don't develop much as well, because they don't love it. And you cannot develop doing something what you don't love doing. That's important, that you love your job. So these were the 10 signs of a happy person who enjoys everyday life. And I think each one of us need to become a happy person who enjoys the everyday life. Let's make a quick revision of all that, because each of the points are really really important for each one of us. Now Jelena Dencic says 10 signs you are a happy person who enjoys everyday life. The first sign is you laugh every day, and they're laughing every day. That's very fine. That's very fine, but not at the misery of someone else at all, not at the cost of someone else at all, not by hurting others at all. But still, we need to laugh at certain things, and we have to be creative in that. The number 2 is you appreciate the little things. Little things happen frequently, and if at all we are appreciating the little things, it actually means that we can enjoy, we can find the players so often, so frequently, to become a happy person. person. The third one is you love your family and friends. It is extremely important. Till now, maybe many of the people have been finding ways why not to love our family, why not to love our friends. I think we need to change our thinking, and from now onward, we will start thinking why I do love my family, why do I love my friends, and that's very important. And nobody can ever live a happy life unless and until they love their family, unless and until they love their friend. And instead of creating excuses for not loving them, we need to create the excuses why I love them. And you love your family and friends. Number four, you practice gratitude. Practicing gratitude will, I think, instead of criticizing the people, instead of ridiculing the people, instead of complaining the people, it is far more important that if at all we are practicing gratitude. That was number four. Number five, you make an effort to stay positive. You make an effort to stay positive. That's very important and very important indeed, because all efforts are good, but this effort is more good than any other effort. The effort to stay positive. And if at all we are positive enough, I think a lot of good things will start happening to us. And the number six is you take time to relax and unwind. Work and working, that's well, that's fine and nice, but at the same time we need to relax as well after working. After once we have finished our work, once we have completed our work, we need to relax and we need to unwind. And that was number 6. The number 7 is you don't take yourself too seriously. Some of the people are actually are setting very high goals, and they are overly critical toward they themselves, which is not a positive thing at all. I think it is not good at all. We don't need to set too high goals, and we don't need to criticize ourselves so often. Although somewhat, introspection is good, but nothing beyond that. Excessively excessive criticism and too high standards for we ourselves, that's bad, and I don't appreciate it at all. And then the number 8 is you make time for your hobbies. Having the hobbies is important, and sparing some of the time is also important. The positive, the constructive hobbies. And the number 9 is you don't compare yourself to others. Never compare yourself to others, because everybody is unique. And if at all we start comparing ourselves with other people, it would actually mean that we can never become a happy person at all. And the last is you love your job. And that's important, because being at the job which we don't love, neither we can enjoy there, nor we can make the progress and the development over there. If at all we want to progress, if at all we want to make the development, then it is extremely important that we love our job. So these were the 10 points shared with us by Jelena Dencic. 10 signs you are a happy person and who enjoy everyday life. If at all we have certain things already in us, we need to consolidate that. But if at all another certain things are missing, I think we need to create those certain things amongst in ourselves, so that we could become a happy person and who are enjoying everyday life. And I make a quick revision within a minute. First is you laugh every day. Second is you appreciate the little thing. And the third is you love your family and friends. The fourth is you practice gratitude. The fifth is you make an effort to stay positive. The sixth is you take time to relax and unwind. The seventh is you don't take yourself too seriously. The eighth is you make time for your hobbies. The ninth is you don't compare yourself to others. And the last is you love your job.